Da, da. How's everyone? How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone is
Good.
great. We have a very special stream that is just have started right now, right this moment. Everyone is witnessing the proper times. Um, Town hall meeting, everybody. It's pretty awkward the way I'm starting it, but we have
Yeah,
Andrew.
jeez.
We have Andrew. We have Momo. We have Pat. We don't have Ash. We decided to fire his ass
Yeah, we replaced Ash with Pat.
Don't put me in that position.
because I don't know, his butt stinks or something. That's probably why. So let's get this going, guys. The meaning of that stream that we're gonna have right now is to basically talk with you guys and figure out how's everyone doing and what can be improved on our end, and talk about the school a little bit, where it's going, and all of that stuff, and all the goodies. We had one of those meetings happening already. I think it was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, so at any moment, guys, feel free to ask any questions. And yeah, let's get going.
Let me put my webcam on so you can see my beautiful face.
Of course, the only reason I'm sharing the screen is just to have those faces.
Yeah.
I don't know if Momo has dropped out. As usual, we have some technical issues as we start. That
I think he's
happens.
installing a driver for his camera.
Gotcha.
He's back.
Um, yeah, someone have subbed just a moment ago. Boom. Oh, there's Momo. Yeah, hell yeah. Look at that beautiful face.
All right, we're gonna get a lot of questions pretty fast, probably. So we already got some.
Oh, we do?
When's Jama's next course coming out? We gotta
Never.
we gotta just, I don't know. We gotta wrangle him. He's a busy boy.
Yeah, we gotta wrangle Jama. One of the problems, or no, it's not really a problem. It's more of something we came to understand with time is, we cannot force instructors to do what they need to do. They usually have a lot of work and life and everything that is going on there, which means basically that we're gonna try our best to get an instructor. You're gonna try to get them to do the class with us, but because making a class takes time, that's just very lengthy process, and yeah, it just takes time. And sometimes it just has to align. The stars has to be in the right place. Lizard people has to come out of the hiding and all of that stuff. So yeah. That'll be the answer.
That
VR.
was like the longest response to that question. Yeah, people are busy and they have lives, so we
Hey,
gotta.
you guys know me. Like anytime there's a question being asked, I gonna go off tangents and talk for like half an hour to answer it. I just want to give you guys a little bit of more love. I just don't want to brush it off. So it's all good. It's all good.
um,
Let's talk about the website maybe, because we have Patrick here. I don't think anyone is familiar with who Patrick is, but he's the man behind the curtain. So he's the guy who built our site from scratch. Basically, everything you see on the site is thanks to him.
Yeah, all the art, all that stuff, I did that.
Everything. So basically,
Yeah.
it's all charade, and Andrew is just sitting there eating sandwiches in Chipotle. Momo is just talking to you guys, but literally doing nothing. But everything is run by Patrick. So
Yeah, I
just so
do.
you
I
know.
do all the voices on the courses too. It's,
Yeah,
my name is Jama.
No, I'm probably everyone's favorite person. But yeah,
Yeah, you
we
are.
no, but yeah, we do our best to give you guys to respond to what you guys are asking for and to take care of any issues you guys are having. So, I don't think we've actually ever polled the community like officially for features, like unless you do it through Slack, Andrew.
We do it through the surveys that we send out occasionally, like every couple months.
Okay. Well, this is an opportunity for people to. I prefer suggestions over complaints, but no. We need to know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and yeah, just keep doing them right, I guess. So,
Yeah.
whatever you guys got.
And it's on three fronts, right? Like you have the courses, the community stuff with Twitch and Slack and all that, and social media. So perhaps it'll be easier if we start by one of these and go forward, like hear from you guys. Let's say starting with the most important, the courses, like what has been working for you, what has been really good, and what are you looking to see more of in the future as more courses are being baked and ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Questions are pouring in.
It's also
lines are
it might
hot.
be timing. It's weekend, good. It's weekend. But anyways, yes, we could have a structured this. I mean, questions gonna be coming in
Pop again.
every now and then, but we can keep them towards the end. We can answer them on the fly. I think we can.
Yeah,
we can
I think I'll
questions
answer
on the
them as
fly.
they come in.
Yeah.
Somebody said something about the homework upload. The homework uploader is the bane of my existence. No, it's just there's a lot of wild cards when you have people uploading their own content, but we kind of figure out issues and try and resolve them as they come in. So definitely, as people encounter them, issues with that, the more detail we can get, the better. So
Yeah.
if it was or wasn't working and now is working, that's hopefully because we fixed it. But if now it's not working, then that's definitely something that we want to get to our attention, because those are the kinds of things that we can address like that day. And so the more that you guys let us know, because I'm not going and uploading homework all day. I'm only responding to complaints that we get. So the more information that we get on it, the faster we can loop around and take care of it. So
Well, there you have it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I guess
Yeah.
what Pat is trying to say is, if you cannot upload your work, it means you suck.
Well,
It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough
It's
to
not
be
a-
on the
It's
site.
not good enough. It's like an automatic filter.
No,
Saying-
it means we're not doing our jobs, but
Yeah.
we
No,
need your guys' help sometimes to really figure it out, because it could just be like a browser issue or a file format
Yeah.
issue, something weird. So yeah, if you're trying to upload a humongous thing or some weird
Humongous.
format, is that not a word?
Yeah.
Yeah, then anyway. So
I think Pat, you've mentioned this. I mean, between like we obviously we have like a lot of discussions and call between one another within the company, and we've been discussing homework uploader. I think what you said it perfectly, that initially when we were building the LearnSquared site, the idea was to build a course site, not a site that also has some interaction and user ability to it too. So because of that, we do have those bugs happening here and there, and since it's all one-man orchestra, it just takes time.
yeah, I think the biggest problem was that a lot of that was kind of a seat of the pants, hair on fire, and now we're finally getting to the point where we can like really streamline it, and we're doing our best to continue responding to those kind of things.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually we'll fix it. JRJS, by the way, 12 months. Hell yeah.
Yeah, damn. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't even know we've been streaming for 12 months.
Because
Has it
you're
really
never
been
here, you
already?
fucker.
Yeah, I am. Wait, 12 months? I thought we.
No,
I
it's
guess it was, like,
been a little
July.
over a year.
Yeah.
It's been a little over a year.
June or
for sure.
July. Wow.
It was a year on June 24th. So happy birthday,
Some of
stream.
you guys been talking about Vimeo Viewer, and
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I sometimes hate it too. the playback can be dodgy. There's unfortunately limited options of services that we can use for streaming. There's Vimeo, there is Bright Cove, and what else was there? What was that?
Bright Cove is really like the best solution that we're looking into now. We are looking into this, by the way. Like, this is something that people have expressed constantly, that Vimeo is just like not doing well, because, and it's not just you. Like, there's definitely, even outside of Learn Squared, I see a lot of like jokes about how Vimeo, like, it's impossible to actually watch a Vimeo video all the way through. And we're looking into Bright Cove as a solution, but it's a much bigger task than you might probably expect, considering we have like over 1,500 videos on the site right now. So migrating all that and making sure that the site's all like prepared to actually handle that new system, whatever it is, and we have to like build in the API to work with the playlist and everything. Like, there's a lot of work to do on that front, so it might still be a little ways off, but it is something that we are looking into actively and plan on integrating. So I guess, yeah.
But to speak to that point, I think the reason we stuck with Vimeo from the beginning, aside from pricing, was that it supported 60 frames per second, which almost no other provider offered. But with exploring new video providers, a lot of them have really flexible APIs, which will allow things like saving where you left off, and somebody made a comment. We haven't even thought of this, but I like the idea of commenting at certain points in the video for either your purposes or potentially even the instructor's purposes. So that's something that we could, like, those are the great ideas that we want to definitely, first we'll improve the player, and then we can do something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I think someone asked an interesting question. What is the 60 FPS for? Because it's smooth and silky.
Yeah, it's because Mache's Intro to Environment class is the only one we've done in 60 FPS, and it does look good. Like, I really liked the way that it looked, but
I know.
I think our streams are 60 FPS too.
I don't know.
Or at least when I'm watching it in Source, it looks like it's 60 FPS.
Question is, I mean, that's a valid question, whether it's really important whether that's really important for you guys or not, like, because we always assume that because I like it, or maybe Ash likes it, or, we don't care about Andrew, obviously. Then it means that everyone else likes it, so.
Yeah. So there's a lot of other requests in here too about the video player in general, just about how, like, changing the speed of the video. I know Mohammed had found a plugin that works pretty well for that. That's a browser extension. Oh yeah, there you go.
Share it again. It's called Vimeo Speed and Repeat. Unfortunately, it only works on Chrome, but that's what I use, and it's pretty awesome. You can speed the video to, like, you pretty much have full control on how fast you want the video to play, loop, and whatever not. I'll share the link right now.
And other video providers offer, like, the YouTube-like experience, so that's something that we're also looking into.
Bright Cove has a lot of features that are like, that have been requested a lot, that we can do, like chapter markers and stuff like that.
Yeah, they come out of the box, which would be nice. And then there's another one that's says they want to be able to double the size rather than full screen it. Like, we have been having conversations about having like a theater mode, where it kind of just extends to, like, it gets bigger anyway.
And also, like, on Twitch, I don't know if you guys can do it now because our page isn't long enough, but if you'd like scroll down or navigate away, you can have the little video pop out and like situate on the bottom of your page while you're still navigating other stuff. So like you could go look at people's homework and still have the video playing like in a little mini player at the bottom. That's like another thing that we want to try and get figured out, because that's another request, like being able to
that would be
navigate
great
the site without like losing your spot in the video or whatever.
Raja, thanks for 12 months, man.
Damn,
For
wow,
12
we got
months.
a lot of 12-monthers.
Yeah.
I'm barely a 12-monther.
Yeah, so right now the full screen button is on the top left, and I understand it's an unintuitive place to have it, but that's one of our first features that we used that Vimeo didn't support. So we couldn't put it in the Vimeo's branded bar, so we put it in the top left instead of the bottom right. But
Right.
With a new platform, like one that you can modify their playback button, then we can definitely put it back to where it's supposed to be. But yeah, all good points.
Yep. And guys, by the way, we are currently working on revamping the site, like completely.
Yeah, like a
revamping.
totally new site. Like it's
Total tear down and
yeah.
making it awesome, basically.
It looks
is
awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
Shut up, Pat.
Yeah, we're trying to fix what Pat just fucked up.
Aw. No, I mean, it's a website is never done, and there
Yeah.
will always be bugs. But yeah, our main priority is always responding to the issues that are plaguing you guys, and then really giving you guys the best new features, like as you ask for them, or as we see them on the internet. So
Yeah. Shall we talk about upcoming courses?
We should. Definitely should.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, I mean, these are still all in the works, I guess. I don't know what order you want to talk about them in, which I guess the ones that
So,
are nearest to being done.
what's the closest one? I think the closest one was Kirill's, right?
Yeah, for real, for sure.
Fuck. I'm really bad with last name. His last name is really
Chapisco?
Chapisco, yeah.
Chapisco.
Yeah. Kirill Chapisco is going to be our next instructor, it seems. Yeah, man. His class is going to be pretty darn good. For anyone who's interested, Kirill worked on Rogue One, Star Wars. He was involved with actually a couple of projects over at ILM. He's a freelance designer working for films, and yeah, we're really excited about his class because it's the Fusion 360 goodness that I wish I had when I was learning, because it's just so good. I had to kind of learn everything by myself, and you run into problems and you run into forums and you kind of have to do your own research, and it takes a lot of time to solve even the smallest problems. And then you have this class where everything is explained in one place. So this is coming up. Kirill's class is going to be fucking great. And
Yeah.
and
Hard surface modeling, yo.
and yeah, you guys gonna like it. It's awesome.
That will be out this month for sure. Like,
Yeah.
Possibly 2 weeks, maybe within 3 weeks, depending.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Yeah, that's
dependencies
definitely this
on
month.
the course release because, as you guys are aware, we've changed the way we release courses over time, over the time as the school progressed. I mean, those who are with us early on and purchased like the first set of courses that we released, those weren't even done by the time they were released. They were just like, we're working on them as we're giving you guys lessons. So there was like a staggered release. We had lessons coming up as you guys were signing up. So, and we figure out that's not a right way of doing things.
Yeah.
And quickly changed that. With the second release, we made sure that the class content was done by the time you guys were buying it, as far as I remember. And now, since we're doing like the staggered release and we're basically releasing the classes when they're done, we're also making sure that the apprentice journey is ready for you guys too. So there's a bunch of things we started adding and making sure that is ready, so that when you actually decide to go and purchase, that's what's going on. And rightfully so. I mean, you guys come to the best fucking school with the best fucking artist ever. So
True.
there's no other school like that.
True.
No other. Don't get fooled. Every other school is great, but our is the best. That's
We're the only
simple
one
as
that has a Mache on board.
It's the only school that has me on board.
All right, what else do we got in the pipe? We have a course from Aaron Lamonic that is so close.
It's
But
it's that close.
so far,
It's that
so-
close. It was one of the courses that we've been working on for a while. And Aaron Lamonic, for those who don't know, is this beast of a dude that works over at Naughty Dog. I met Aaron back in 2010, I think. End of 2010, I think that's when he joined Naughty Dog. He's a beast mode, guys. He's one of the best environment concept artists out there, in my opinion, because the way he does his work is, apart from just doing painting, the regular stuff that you see on ArtStation, that stuff you can actually build and repeat. He also does those fucking awesome sketches, black and white sketches. He's really good at breaking down things. And in terms of like work for video games industry, for instance, right? He's the guy who actually, when we were working on The Last of Us, was doing like a ton of work that no one else was able to do, like breaking down, environments that we've been painting into smaller parts and showing you how it's done and all of that stuff. So Aaron is awesome, and Aaron is also a good friend of mine, and also he's a beautiful human being. If you ever met Aaron in person, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Look at that avatar on his ArtStation.
Go check out his.
Don't look at the art, just look at the avatar.
Yeah, just look for his photos. Find him on Tinder. No, he doesn't have Tinder, I think.
Find him on Tinder.
I can guarantee that if you're straight and you meet Aaron, you're gonna become gay. It's just no other way.
That's a big promise right there.
But yeah, Aaron's the class that we're working on as well. It's coming up. It's gonna be awesome. I think it's environment sketching, right? It's a very sketching oriented class, which is great.
You got some more feature requests to Pat. Oh, I just saw Pat responded in the comment.
Yeah, guys, I do speak from experience. I worked with Aaron for like a couple of years, so I know what's up.
Are you trying to tell us something, Mache?
Maybe. Who knows?
Stories out. We got a question about Ash's HUD course. If Ash was here, he would be able to give us some personal.
If Ash was here.
But it's in the works. It's just it takes longer for Ash and Mache to make these courses because they both have so much responsibility beyond making a course. Like for our instructors, they don't have to deal with any of the minutia of like operating the business and handling day-to-day stuff like Ash and Mache do. So like that's why we're able to produce those faster than Ash and Mache's. And we know that they're like obviously desired, like those are the hot ones that you guys want, but we're working on it. We are working on it, and it's just slowly but surely, unfortunately. We could I'm trying to think, like, yeah, I don't know. They're both coming. Mache has one too. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but that's like a little cool.
So I don't know if you guys are aware, but Ash's class just been gutted. We just removed it. The only reason that is happening is because he's not on the stream, so I can say it. He cannot defend himself. But Ash is working on his class, and I'm working on mine. I've mentioned this many times already, and I know it's like it almost sounds like I'm repeating the same tape, but I don't wanna do a class that you guys not gonna like, basically, And I've done a lot of work already with my first 2 classes. I've covered a lot of grounds, as well as Gumroad tutorials. So the last thing I want to do is release something that is so similar and almost the same that you're not getting any extra value. Otherwise I would just say, like, go. Maybe it's not the same production value. Maybe it's not the same thing, but then go and buy the Gumroad. I don't want to be in that spot where I tell you that instead of talking about my new class. So that's basically where I stand. Ash is a little different. Ash has done those 2 courses. He has never been teaching or doing any tutorials or anything before. So yeah. And by the way, guys, I mean, you might have noticed that if you follow your favorite artists, and a lot of them did Gumroad tutorials, you could tell the Gumroad movement kind of died out at some point, and then you see some of them coming out every now and then, and that's exactly the same reason. Is all of us have specific set of tools and knowledge that we're sharing, and then eventually what happens is we just like run out of things to share and teach, and we just don't want to do it over and over and over with the same thing. I know and see some of artists, and you probably guys know and see those too, that make a mistake of teaching the same thing over by just changing the title of the tutorial and then maybe changing the theme, but the process is exactly the same. And for me, that's not really teaching. It's more like a practice that you can do by yourself. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, we are working on our courses. They're gonna take longer, obviously, and when they're gonna be done, they're gonna be done. It's like Half-Life 3 at this point. But that's where this is at, and yeah. There's one more course there's actually a couple of more courses.
There's a lot, yeah. I mean, Adam Swab's follow-up to his Houdini course. This one focuses on particles. Yeah, this one's really, really close to done. Just working on the apprentice stuff right now. That is probably going to be the one that comes out after Kirill's.
We have Team Darky's course coming up.
Yeah,
yes.
That one's still in the works a little bit. It's going to be dope, but yeah, that one's probably a little more ways off. We're getting a lot of questions and features and stuff in the comments too. We should probably catch up on these.
But that's pretty much where we at with the courses. There's more coming up. We are always working on getting more instructors and making sure that there's one thing that we want to always and absolutely be sure that when you guys land on Learn Squared and you start taking the courses, you are getting the material that you need to learn to become a good artist. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help you guys with building your careers, with making you better artists. And we're doing it by sharing what we know, what we've learned from past decades of working in this industry and learning all of our tricks and everything, and basically sharing it with you guys and making sure that you can take a lesson out of that. So and the same goes with instructors that we're trying to get. There's a lot of requests that happen along the way, and whether it's a survey or when we have conversations about courses where you guys ask for specific names. I want you guys to also remember that just because someone is a great artist, that doesn't mean that could be a great instructor. So that's a learning process for us too, and we always try to get people on board, not only that are the best people to teach, but also they are great instructors and artists, and also have time to do it, and also want to do it. So there's a lot of like those checkpoints that we need to sort of mark before we can deliver that experience to you guys. So
Someone asked for Ethan Zana, and when you had him on the stream a couple of weeks back, someone asked him to teach a course with us, but he mentioned he wasn't ready. Although he's a beast, artist, and super knowledgeable, like he didn't feel ready to teach something new because he felt he still had a lot.
Yeah.
But we'll
So,
definitely be poking.
Eitan, I'm talking with Eitan constantly, so he might do a course with us. I think what's gonna happen earlier than that is Eitan's gonna do a workshop with us,
Yeah.
and we do plan doing workshops. So that's something new we want to add over time. We just want to make sure that when we add it to the experience, the overall experience, it's actually holding the same bar of quality that that
The
you
courses.
guys expect from the courses. We don't want to just rehash something quick. We want to make sure that the experience you guys get is good. But yeah, that's the idea. We want to do workshops where you guys can participate. There's going to be like a one-day thing probably. We're trying to figure out what's the best formula. So that might be also a occasion for you guys to talk about it. Like, hey, just send in suggestions because we listen to what you guys are saying, and we try to implement as much of it as possible when it makes sense. So yeah, we're gonna do workshops, and if you guys have any specific requests, send them over because they might actually influence the way we're gonna shape them out. So, all right, let's
Yeah.
move on. What was the next
we got
topic?
another thing about feature requests on the site. This was a while back. It's just like a quick one, but from Joe Prevish, doing something like Adobe does on their sites. This platform called User Voice. It's like if you scroll up, you can click the link in the chat. But it's basically like you get feature requests and you can vote them up and stuff like that. I would like to do that. Just to respond to that thing specifically, I think that would be super helpful to kind of wrangle all these different crazy requests that people have. Definitely just keep tabs on everything and publicly have progress charted for you guys, so it's not just like asking me or Mohammed like, hey, when's this happening, and then we can actually like show you. So that would be great, I think. Any chance to get Raul Marks on a stream? I don't see why not. I mean, Ash can probably swing that pretty easily. They're pretty good buds.
He can't. He's fired.
he's-
Don't
Oh
you
yeah,
remember?
I forgot. Maybe we'll get Ash on us. We'll bring Ash back for one.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring Ash on the stream.
Yeah, if he's lucky.
No, but I know Raul, like people have been requesting him for a while now, and I know Ash mentioned several times that the dude is just super busy.
Yeah.
That's the thing with a lot of these people that you guys sort of, even some of the students who have amazing work and some of you guys are asking us to have them on the streams. Like I reach out to some of them and people are just busy, like family man or, working full time and doing courses at the same time. It doesn't leave a lot of time sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got another question way earlier in the chat. Sorry, I missed it before. Mache was just like, wouldn't shut up.
I know.
It was about
My voice is so important, though.
subscriptions. That's an interesting topic that we have talked about since day one. The reason that hasn't happened yet, and I think we've talked about it before too, is just that we don't have enough stuff. Like it's not like fair for us to request a monthly recurring payment if it's not actually monthly content. So it's something we will definitely consider with time and just amount of content, but as of right now, it's kind of like a not yet. We're also getting a lot of questions about mentorships, which interestingly, we don't have any new ones like ready yet. Maxim Zestov is gonna have another round of mentorships starting, I think, in October.
Yeah, in the late fall.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll be.
we
opening
also
up-
just
opening
launched
up my seats as well. Sometime after I come back with from THU, I
Yeah,
plan to open up seats for Intro to Environment Painting.
We just
So-
launched a feature on the site that has long been requested, which is mentorship waiting list. So if you go to any course right now, like Machete, you should just like open up the browser and show.
No, Andrew, that has been actually temporarily disabled because it was
shit.
page. Remember?
Oh yeah. All right. Well,
sorry
forget
about
what I just said.
I guess that's
Check back
in the
next
docket
week.
to be repaired. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we have mentorship waiting list is something that like that is gonna like we can actually chart like demand for specific mentorships once you guys start putting your emails in for that, so we could actually see what the demand is like, and then like show the instructor specifically like, look, there's like 1 million people that want to take this mentorship, like you should really consider doing this. So yeah, that's gonna be a big thing once we actually get it back up. Hold on, so just another one. Payment plans for like paying for a mentorship in 2 or 3 monthly payments. That's one that is a little trickier because it's something that is delivered over a long period of time, to where if like when you do monthly payment, if you just decide not to do it, then the instructor has like already locked off that seat, and then nobody else can sign up for it. So it's kind of like having blocked that out without paying the full amount of money. And then there's just like, there's always situations where like, oh, I couldn't make it, like
Yeah.
work got too busy, and it's too much of like a liability thing right now. I mean,
And I think also that makes more sense if, let's say, our courses were, like the 8-week courses that we had at the beginning, where you actually have 2 months to pay for the course. But for most of our mentorships are 4 weeks, and unless you're getting paid bi-weekly or this or that, like it's not as, it wouldn't work as well as if CGMA does like 2-3 month courses, so they allow people to pay in 2 times or things like that. But for us, it doesn't work as well.
Yeah, we have had that discussion going on between ourselves for quite a time now, and for us, it's just figuring out all of the possible areas where things might go right and might go wrong. Because when we start talking about payments, and when you start talking about anything that is related to money, when it comes to student experience, we want to be careful with any decision we make on that front, because any decision that goes wrong, anything that is uncomfortable or unintuitive or has a bug or anything like that happens, and the money is involved, we know that's a bad idea. It's a really bad idea for your guys' experience, because it's one thing about what if I decide to quit somewhere along the way. That's something we have to figure out, what it's like a refund process, or how does it affect mentorship seats, especially if the instructor is opening specific amount of seats, like what will we do next. But also, what if there's a bug related to that as well, and that comes to like front end and back end of the website, building the system for you guys to actually be able to do payment plan, and how do we handle that. It's not as easy as it seems if you want to do it right, because we could do it wrong and just like do it all manually and shit, but it's just so shaky and weird that I would feel uncomfortable with having a system that just doesn't work as a professional payment system is supposed to work. So there's that. There's also many of the things that Andrew mentioned, and we've been thinking about, as you guys mentioned, the problem, like what happens if you sign up with the payment plan and for whatever reason you decide to quit. That sparked the discussion of like, what if we do a la carte mentorships and stuff like that. So there's multiple discussions we had about that topic and other topics that's sort of like intertwined as well. But yeah, that's definitely something we're considering, and we're not saying no to it. It's more of like, we want to make sure that when we commit to create a payment plan, then we do it right, and we do it so that it's actually a pleasant experience.
Sorry, on that note, it seemed like some people were asking about not just subscriptions, like I get that, but also like for affordability purposes. Like I know that 500, it can be a little to some people, it can be a lot to others. Like for financing purposes, someone mentioned that PayPal does offer that. Like you can do kind of like a pay later feature through PayPal.
Are you sure that you can do it with our site?
I'm fairly certain that when you check out with our site, it redirects to PayPal, and then PayPal gives you the option to be like, what was it called? Like buy. I don't know. Here,
yeah, they do have an option like that. I completely forgot where you.
But that's for financing. That's a little bit different than like subscribing. But if someone like really wants to buy a course and doesn't have the 500 or 1,000 cash or whatever, then I mean, technically.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we're only talking about mentorships, by the way. I mean, that's probably the steepest price point. Guys, I'm gonna give you a little bit of perspective to it. I mean, some of the people that live and work in US and are familiar with how art operates in United States in general, art schools. Probably Art Center would be the best example. There's maybe one or two more schools in US that are worth a while. If you go to Art Center, I think I was talking with Shadi, and I was also talking with a couple of other guys that finished Art Center. For them, it's around 100 to 150, maybe it's more now. If you take all the classes, it's going to be probably around $200,000 that you have to take in loans to attend the school. And how it breaks down to the amount of hours and everything you get out of it, I don't know. I'm not great at math. I can tell you that if you go to Art Center and take that endeavor, you're gonna end up getting like really good art. You're also gonna work your ass off to get there. But then at the end of the day, you're gonna have mortgage on your back basically for just having education. What we're doing here is not doing that. We're doing something that you can put on your credit card, and for some of you it might be a lot of money, for others maybe not that much, but considering the quality of education that we're trying to give, I think there is no comparison between what we do and what a regular system does, which I think it's starting to die. It's gonna die soon, like the regular university system and all of that stuff. So
at Che's hand, it will die.
Yeah, it's all my.
It's gonna single-handedly kill it.
I single.
And since we moved to the 4-week,
so fucking weird. Yeah.
To the 4-week courses, and with the basic plan, like they start at $65, and that's. I don't think you can find any other concept art school that offers, unless, and these are not like Gumroads or tutorials. These are full courses, and $65 to have access to all of the course content, to have access to the Slack group, which, it's like a virtual classroom. Like that's like, you can't beat that.
Yeah. Nah, for sure.
Yeah, just
Raja,
to follow up. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I was going to switch subjects.
No, I just went through the checkout process with PayPal, and they have what's called PayPal Credit, which is just you have 6 months to pay it back. So right. you pay nothing at point of sale or whatever. So
yeah,
just anyway.
Sweet.
Yep.
Raja asked, is there any course coming from Jama? Can we have him on Twitch? Like I said at the beginning of the stream, Jama's like really busy, and I'm sure you can see that from all the crazy killer work that he puts out constantly. But so for a new course, it might be a ways off. We've talked about it several times, but it's like the conversation is always just that it's not the right time right now. But Twitch seems like it could possibly be a more realistic solution. I know he's like 9 hours ahead of us, so it's kind of difficult to get the schedules right, but maybe one night we can get him on late night stream.
And this is also this is where the workshops are going to be handy. We still have to figure out exactly the format of it, but for all these guys who are super busy, like working and developing a course takes a couple of months, but having, let's say, a weekend long workshop or a day long workshop or whatever it is, like that'll be a lot easier to have Jama come on and do something super quick that only requires like his time for that single day, and then he's done.
Yep.
Yeah.
So those are coming up.
JR asks if Jorge is making a new course. Yeah, he is, but he's got a lot of stuff going on now too. So that's
But yeah, Jorge wants to do a course.
Yeah.
We're talking exactly what kind of course, and we're figuring this thing out as we speak.
Yeah.
So.
And on that subject, if you guys have specific, like with Jorge's course, we're going to try and do something a little interesting where if you have a specific thing that you want to learn, let us know what it is, because because there's such a vast array of things that you can teach in After Effects, and in terms of like advanced After Effects, whether it's like going into expressions or like just doing more advanced animation technique, let us know what specifically, because I mean, we can leave it up to us to just dictate like, oh yeah, it's gonna be this, but we're kind of interested. We're kind of more interested to hear what you guys want to learn, because then we can like basically custom tailor it to the experience you guys are seeking. Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. Rafael Mayani, you guys asked about a bunch in the chat too. His course is still in the works. We're midway through his course content, and it's looking awesome. I'm really excited for that one.
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know, he's an illustrator. Let me find his site, Rafael Mayani. But yeah, really, really great, sexy illustration. Posted that up in the chat. What else did we get?
Someone asking about coming soon. We literally just built that feature, so we just don't want to commit to things before we know they're gonna happen. So
yeah, that's the thing with coming soon, is that like we only really say things are coming soon when it's like pretty close. So like yeah, so it's really like if we like have an email exchange with Raul Marx and he's like, yeah, let's make a course, like we can't put that on the site until it's like done, like basically, because it's like we can't say like, hey guys, we had a conversation, because it's like things come up and things fall apart. It's like there's just too much to promise there, and we don't want to like let you guys down if we say something's coming and it doesn't happen. Any art business classes or workshops? This is something we constantly talk about. It's a huge subject to tackle. Similar to the thing I was just saying about Jorge's new course, please let us know what specifically you want to learn about business, because that's like even bigger than anything related to art. Like there's so much to teach there, and especially like who you want to hear it from, I guess. Like, would you want to hear it from a lot of different artists, or do you care if it's just Mache sitting in his chair saying, "Don't undersell yourself"? That's the whole course. So yeah, just let us know what you want to hear about business, because that's a big topic, and it's hard for us to just like.
Yeah, it's a vast topic. There's so many areas that could be covered, from starting from contracts and how to deal with clients, and money issues. Like, there's just so much stuff. Starting your own company or running your clients through your company. Like there's so many layers and things that would need to be discussed. It's just like, it's one of those things like, where do I fucking start? So we do have it in plans. We do think about it, and it's just a matter of how we're gonna approach it. Again, like with anything we do for the school, it's taking a little longer, but we want to make sure that you guys are getting the quality. So
yeah. Any plans to attend events like TwitchCon and do a panel about what role live streaming has played in the development of your organization? Not yet, but that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of requests to do like live events and like meetups and stuff. If that's something you guys want to see like really bad, I guess let us know. I mean, it's definitely a big commitment.
Undertaking.
Yeah. So I mean, unless it's just like meeting up to get a beer or something, that's which I'm down for. But
Oh, we've gone to like those conventions before, right? Like
yeah, we've been to conventions, but never like
As
this
Learn
is
Squared.
like the Learn Squared panel. Well, actually, I think Ash did one with Jama at Industry Workshops last year, and I think it was under the Learn Squared banner. And then they also did a podcast thing. But that's like, people I think want like really involved,
An
kind of
official
like
thing.
yeah,
like
so-
a booth.
Yeah, like the way
more than,
Grayscale Gorilla
like-
goes to NAB and does like Grayscale Gorilla thing.
Yeah, that's like, so, I mean, if that's something you guys really want to see, let us know. And then, I mean, whether it's Ash or Mache or whoever, like, I'm sure there's some teacher in our Rolodex who would be interested in, like, hooking something up. But it's really just depends on, like, how involved it is and what it is and whether you even want to see it or not.
I'm just picturing it, and it's going to be wild. Whatever it is, whenever it happens, like it's just
Yeah.
going to be wild.
Yeah.
You guys can catch me up on for those who are attending THU, I'll be there. So anytime you want to ask questions or anything, I'll be there. We can have that going on. So
Nobody's going to talk to you.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll be there sitting alone in the corner.
Yeah. Myra Lewis asks, is there any plans for fundamentals courses like anatomy, color, shape, etc.?
Definitely.
Rafael Mayani's course is going to do a lot of that, but in like a more illustrative way. Aaron Lamonix is definitely like fundamentals of sketching. Mache, I guess, what were you about to say?
Yeah, so Aaron's and Raphael's course is probably going to be the closest to what you're asking for. We do have this discussion going on between us also about more fundamental and foundation stuff that to add that to Learn Squared experience, and we're definitely planning to do that. There's definitely room for that, and again, like with anything, we want to make sure that whatever it ends up being, it's like if you land on the page with the idea, I'm curious, like I wish I was an artist. Maybe I wish I was an artist. The time you leave the page, you're already working for Spielberg. That's basically the idea. So and that's obviously always happens to all of you. we get a lot of success stories. So
Yeah.
Spielberg was calling and asking like, why the fuck I'm hiring so many people? I don't know. They're great. Yeah.
I've seen a few things about like portfolio reviews and like more kind of instructor on student interaction on the site.
We've been developing those. Go ahead, finish.
No, I was just going to say that we're definitely looking to make the user profiles like meaningful and public, and that includes like portfolios and improved interactions. So that's definitely in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to add to those to what Mache was talking about for the foundation and what Pat has been just mentioned, like we're starting to have like Max Berman right now is doing, like, he's on Twitch every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and he's been doing a killer work, like literally starting work from scratch. In the same vein that Mache was working on the mall at the beginning of the Twitch channel, but Max is there every week doing a matte painting from scratch, explaining everything, all the thought process that's behind. Jorge Jaracanest has been doing a monthly stream with like focused on motion design. And he's been collecting all of your questions through Twitter and Facebook and everything, and answering as much as he can through those. And like, that's a start when it comes to adding more, giving you more FaceTime with the instructors. And as time goes by, we're hoping to have more and more instructors have like their little chunk of time on stream every week, or at least twice a week or twice a month, just to have that time with you guys. And like, just remember, the Twitch channel is only about a year old, and it's changed a lot. It's come a long way. So as time goes by, this is just going to just get that much better, and you'll just, the goal is to have it like going on all the time, pretty much. Like every day you can tune in and have something going on.
Channel.
Yeah, man. Learn Square TV. Trademark that.
Yeah. Amass Design says, I'd love to see an in-depth course on proper compositing, how to use different passes and stack them up in Photoshop. Michael Wrigley's course does this. He does have a pretty like big segment on multipass rendering and compositing from Octane into After Effects. I know it's not Photoshop, but After Effects and Photoshop are like pretty dang similar in terms of functionality in that regard. So I would check that one out if you're interested in that. Is there any chance Ilya Bulanov will join a stream or even make a course? I don't know. He's a pretty secretive guy. I know Ash has, I think, talked to him about it before, but I think it would be awesome if we could get him. But I don't know, man. That would be a tough nut to crack right there. Ian McKaig on a stream or our cafe. Have we asked him? I feel like Mache, you might.
I don't think we asked him yet.
Let's do it.
Fucking do it.
Yeah. All right.
He's gonna be on THU, so I might talk with him.
Oh yeah, that would be way better. Yeah, just hit him up.
I think he's gonna be on THU. If he's going to be there, I'll definitely like nag on it. I was just like, fucking, hey, let's just do it. He's gonna grab his leg
just
like
pay
a toddler.
him money. Just give him a fat stack of money. Be like,
He's gonna grab his leg like a toddler.
Is there anything we could do as students or community to help Learn Squared? I love you for asking this question. Yeah, I mean, probably. If you want to help out, email us at support@learnsquared.com, and we can probably find something for you to help out with.
Yeah, we got plenty of work for you guys. If you want to join and be helpful, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
and awesome. There's a lot you guys can do in the Slack. This is something I used to do, but anyone can pretty much take over and do it. But like, we have so many features that are built into Slack, such as the Hangout features and things like that. So if you guys want to do something that would actually affect a majority of the community, you can just plan among yourselves like study sessions where, once a week you guys meet up on Hangout, and all you have to do is just type /Hangout on Slack and just follow the steps, and it'll launch a Hangout session in whatever channel you're in. But you guys can meet up once a week and do, like study sessions that are based on whatever course you're going through, or just review each other's homework. Like, there's so many things you could just plan amongst yourselves that would help a lot of people. So that would be the easiest and first step to take. Like, just organize like these different sessions where you guys get together, talk to each other, get to know each other, help each other out, and so on.
Yep. Most def.
Joe asked again, or brought up the subject about meetups. I mean, people live all over the world from Learn Squared, which is why it's kind of difficult to organize one. But I mean,
yeah, even us, like Andrew, me, Ash, and Momo, and even Patrick, like, we all live in different places. So.
No, I live on the internet. I don't live anywhere.
Patrick is just a robot.
I've achieved sentience.
So even ourselves, we don't meet in person that many times a year. But yeah, I mean, yeah, something that's it's gonna be in back of our minds, and when time is right, we will definitely organize something.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not
Christopher
saying
just
no
said,
to
it's
the,
online hangouts are like way easier.
yeah,
And I
you
know
just hop
there's
in
like
and you do it.
there's an element missing from that for sure. Like we know that, but it's very difficult to get things like that off the ground unless it's just like a totally informal, like go hang out at a like bar or something or get
Yep.
dinner or something. But I mean, maybe we could do that. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't promise that all of us would be there. It might just be me, and I don't know who would want to go hang out with me. It's gonna like be my friend. Yeah.
To answer that Slack channel, it's only enrolled to, it's only open to students, as far as I know.
As
Yeah.
of today, it's only students. So if you sign up to the class, any of the classes, you get the access as part of that. So
Yeah.
It's an amazing Slack group. The best of the best are there.
Yeah.
there's something interesting about that fact because it also is populated by people that are genuinely interested in conversations. You don't gonna have like a bunch of spam of random shit that just disrupts the conversations, the meaningful conversations between students and all of that. So
Yeah, we've never had any, like literally never had any, negative energy in the Slack, like ever. Like everyone who's there is actually either sharing work, sharing knowledge, showing work, or just, hanging out with each other. It's a pretty solid community, and it keeps growing, man. Yeah, I wanted to say something about talking about the community. I know I recently had a request, like for the Twitch subscribers, like if we could have something sort of special for the Twitch subscribers, and one of the requests was either to have their homework reviewed or something. That's something we can also talk about and figure out at some point.
Yeah. What else?
Yep. Let's maybe go through what. I mean, we've been having this conversation for an hour now. So, what about just going through the rest of the questions that we have, and we'll wrap it up. I think we covered quite a lot of grounds for you guys, and you guys had pretty interesting questions. There's a lot of thoughts and notes that we've been taking from this, and we plan to do town hall meetings regularly. I mean, that's probably like the first one that kicks off, and I think we have it scheduled to do it monthly, right? Every
Yeah.
month? Yeah. So
We just have to
month-
figure out a time that works for us each month.
Yeah, there you go. So a month from now, it might not necessarily be Saturday 10 a.m., but might be any other day. We'll figure it out again. Obviously, Ash is not going to be there because he's already fired. But yeah, we'll do another one in a month from now. So we want to do it like more consistent than when we started and never followed up, because that feedback that you guys are giving us is super important for us. So and as some of you know, I mean, we listen to it and we implement a lot of changes that you guys suggest. So that's basically how it's gonna be. So let's maybe go through the reminders of all of the questions that we haven't answered yet, and wrap it up, and then boom.
Get Nick Lapardo. I can talk to him about it. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he could just.
Dude,
he
what's
could
going on
replace
with your
Ash.
hair, man?
Don't worry about it, bro. I'm turning into a bird.
Oh boy.
He's got a crow hidden
someone
in
asked
there.
if we could get directors or producers on the stream. That's a tricky one because all of them are so secretive. I can tell you, it's probably the most difficult people to get on the stream would be directors and producers, specifically those from the whole film industry. Those would be like the hardest to get, but unless you are, I don't know, Oprah or something. Or someone like from, or if you're already a director. I think Robert Rodriguez does really awesome interviews. It's called Director's Chair, where he talks with other directors, and it's awesome. Like, I highly recommend watching that show.
Yeah. Yeah, the chat's all just about my hair now.
Ruined it.
What was the name of the artist that will be teaching fundamentals? Aaron Lamonic, and the other one is Raphael Mayani.
Yeah.
Let me pull up his site again.
Yep. Did we miss any questions, or we went through all of them?
I think we went through most of them.
Yeah, I mean, some of them were like duplicates or things, but I mean, if we missed any questions, let us know in the chat. Let me scroll up a little bit and see.
There's someone asking, and I guess this is more towards Maciej, if learning something like game engines for creating environment is something. Let me see. What do you think about learning game engines like Unreal for creating environment concepts for Paintover? Is that too much for concept art? I don't know.
As of today, yeah.
Okay.
As of today, yes. You don't have to learn the whole engine to be a concept artist. That's stupid. As of a future-proof development, like knowing any of the knowing how game engines work in general, that will help you in game development overall, because like the moment you understand and learn how to work with, like, let's say Unreal Engine or Unity, any of those are great, by the way. If you learn how to work with them, then you will start to understand how the pipeline works within the game industry a little more, like what actually is being produced and what has to be there for the engine to understand and produce as actual image that you can play. So knowing that is obviously a bonus, but I don't think from all of the concept artists that I know, maybe one or two are using Unity or Unreal, or maybe 5 out of 1,000. So I would say for now it's not that important. More important is to learn 3D and get like really familiar how 3D works, because it's just gonna vastly speed up the way and you know, your workflows and everything, and make it easier. So but I talk about it so many times already. So
yeah. A Freaky asked if we have any game engine courses planned. We've talked about it, and we've found game designers and artists that we think would make awesome courses, but there hasn't been like really tremendous demand on that front, especially in a like specific regard to where, because like that's such a big topic as well. Like, make a game engine course. Okay, I mean, like there's so much to cover. Like, especially like I feel like the game engine courses would be much more technical than what we kind of focus on in our courses, which is usually like more of like the conceptual and high level thinking behind the technical stuff. So it's a little tougher on that front. Like, there's a lot of really great technical resources out there, especially like documentation from these engines, specifically like Unreal and Unity. They all have like really, really comprehensive documentation on how to actually learn the softwares. So, I mean, I think the trick is going to be figuring out what people conceptually want to learn from these softwares and what they want to achieve with it. And then that's when we can think about like bringing on some like badass game designers and put them to or make them. Would it be possible to make a series of videos where one of you, badass concept artist, does a piece and then pass it on to a modeler for a 3D model or render? This would allow some to use some of us new to the industry to see how the pipeline affects your workflow. That's a really cool idea. I like that.
We'll talk about that.
Maciej kind of does that in his course, though, in Futuristic Character Design, at least.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And Michael Ridley, same
yeah,
thing.
But
like,
it's not. I don't think it's the level that people are asking for.
Yeah, it's not different artists is the thing. Like, it's just one person's process through and through.
It's also like what I do is more concept related versus like, let's say if we had character artists, then that person would produce something that is specifically for game engine and whatnot. Yeah, I guess that's more geared towards that. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea. I mean, it's just, again, like with anything, it's just going to rely on if we can find artists that have time to do that, you know? So.
And line them up, yeah.
Yep.
do we have plans to bring someone like a creative coder like Josh Nimoy onto the stream?
Yeah,
we
send
could.
suggestions.
Yeah, I know
Suggestions.
Albert. We've had Albert Omos on the Collective podcast a couple times. He's the best. We love Albert. So I'm sure we could get him to come on the Twitch stream. But if you specifically want Josh Nimoy, we can reach out to him too. But yeah, send suggestions if you have them. On the business theme, something like project management focused in freelance art, like planning, scheduling, charging, dealing with clients, etc. Would a course like this help? Yeah, that's like essentially what we are hoping to do with the business course, is kind of just create like a comprehensive resource on how to really just like handle business as a freelance artist. Like there's so much to cover. Like you're saying, like each one of those things could be such a huge topic. Like dealing with clients alone could be its own like course. So yeah, it's something we are thinking about a lot, but we just have to figure out what exactly it is. What else? I think that covered all the
There was
questions.
one more
do we
question.
need machines with so many cores?
No, you don't. I mean, unless you're going, balls deep into 3D, then it's easier. It's easier to work with if you have a fast machine, but for majority of the work you're gonna do, especially as a concept artist, then you don't. For illustration, for just learning how to create awesome art, you don't need fast computer. You just need a computer. You could always argue you just need a pen and pencil. Yeah, for sure. But if you want to work in this industry, you kind of need a computer, whatever the computer is. And yeah, definitely. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. I think we had pretty good amount of feedback from you guys. Thanks for everyone who decided to join us on this beautiful Saturday morning.
Except for Ash.
Except for Ash, who got fired. And then for everyone, whether it's morning or evening, whatever. You guys are all from like all around the world, so yeah. We'll do that more often. Actually, next one expected to be exactly a month from now. We'll obviously let you guys know on time and day. But yeah, this is a good session for us to gather feedback. So really appreciate that, and we'll stay in touch. And as always, you guys know we are streaming Wednesdays and Thursdays. We also have Momo. We have our email. We're always accessible. So if something's going on, please let us know, and we'll try to fix that. So cool. All right, guys. Thanks. Take care, and thanks for coming. Thanks for Pat being here, for introducing him.
Yep. I'm going back into the dungeon now.
going back
where you belong.
You're going back to the internet.
Yeah.
You're just gonna dissolve into code.
Uploading his consciousness right now.
And obviously Momo and Andrew for joining up, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Wow.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I had to turn it off. My mouse fucking stopped working. Piece of shit.